things happen when it's late at night. It is actually Overpass first, Train if needed. And it was one of those two maps coming up. So Overpass is next. It's Liquid's map choice. Does mean CLG get to pick the side, though, and naturally that would be the CT side.
Yep, absolutely. Why wouldn't you pick the CT side after that kind of performance as well? I don't think it matters what side they go, to be honest. It just came down to raw fundamentals of the team. Their teamwork there was really impressive to watch, especially on the T side, just dissecting the map very well, executing into certain areas effectively, and every frag they got and every frag they lost was answered back with the buddy system being employed perfectly. So CLG looked fantastic in that first map, and it seemed like Liquid a little bit lost, it seemed. The roles not really being clearly defined yet. It seems like people still not really sure what they're supposed to be doing there. We saw Nitro picking up the AWP towards the end as well. And the couple of rounds they got was one round they saved an AWP, and the gun rounds actually weren't very convincing whatsoever, to be honest. So
not at all.
Overpass, a much more methodical map, especially on the T side. It requires you to be able to handle these pushes and the aggression from the CTs. You have to have the individual skill and the fortitude to kind of hold them off. And I think CLG are going to be utilizing that a lot. They'll be pushing through into middle very heavily. And when you have players like JDM, for example, leading a charge on that, that's going to be almost impossible to hold off, judging by the way Liquid have been playing so far. Definitely a map where the lurker role comes into full effect, though. If Hiko can get rolling on this, potentially towards B short and towards B long, Monster Tunnels example, that could be an issue for them, but it's a kind of the get right effect at this stage, I think, where they'll be very aware of how strong he does lurk and what he does, and it could be almost a signal that the team won't be coming there. So that'll be interesting to see how that one goes down.
This map definitely does mean communication and teamwork have to be on, like you said. And Liquid didn't show a lot of that in the last one. They pretty much have to look like a whole different team, in my opinion, if they want any chance against CLG here.
Forget the last map. That's not the Liquid we want to see. We want to see a resurrected team that's kind of bouncing back since they picked up Hiko. We're yet to see that so far. So, like we said, it will be Liquid starting on the T side. This is their pick, though, so you expect to see better things from them. You know, well-practiced map. Obviously, you can't veto everything in this kind of system. It goes ban, veto, veto. So, actually cobble something they didn't want to go near. But let's see if this one goes down for them. We'll have a look at the buy. 4 sets of armor. Adren, normally the caller does go for the utility out. It will come through, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of presence over toward that A site.
No CT's showing too much aggression here. We normally will see someone going into the steps, for example, but...
And they were set for that as well, because they've got Fugly down there in a passive position, hoping that someone would walk in toward his crosshair. Hiko is the only one on the lurk. Surprise, surprise. Not sure if Finesse spotted him there through the edge of the fence, above the barrel or not, but he did fire out 2 shots in that direction. So might have just been warning shots.
Seems like Liquid are going to get long control here with the passive setup. The CTs are showing. All 5 players will be able to make it over there. The one smoke they have, normally smoke off towards CT spawn in between the truck area there, and you get the bomb down planted, and then that's the difficult situation for the CT. They have been spotted though. Sounds like a headshot, and it's actually going to be Tarak taking a lot of damage there. The smoke gets deployed now, so that's going to help them get up to long. In fact, they're not going to use that to actually get onto the bomb side. It's taking away the vision from the CTs while they look where they are.
And they go. Hiko does find the opening kill. First time in a pistol round they've had the man advantage. And CLG forced back and out of the site. That single smoke already in position might allow for a bomb plant, but not if Cutler can find 2 kills, and he does. It does slow things massively. Adren also can't find the shot because Tarak has stepped in and since taken him down. So tunnel vision on Cutler turns out to be detrimental. Low HP though for both Cutler and Tarak, but Fugly's not even going to get that chance. The one high HP player shows up from behind, and CLG closed things out convincingly.
Yeah, so like you said, Hiko getting that opening frag, all 5 players towards the end of long there, just getting on, focusing on one player so much that this Cutler can step in, get 2 frags, and it seems like that's just the opening frag on your screen right now. It's actually through the smoke. Maybe didn't deserve that one, but there we go. No bomb going down once again. Full buy with the Tech 9s. 2 smokes here. This normally means you can go towards B, right, and you smoke towards upper, and potentially on the bomb side as well. Try and get a bomb down. This can be very effective. Let's see how it works out for the T's here. CTs are going to be ready on the side. 2 rifles. But this is a very traditional play on the second round. It's just getting the bomb down is more than enough. And it can be a very difficult situation for the CT to retake sometimes as well.
He's going to rotate it back through the stairwell. Take a different approach over toward that A site. That's actually spotted him in the process. And although it looked like they were heading that way, they've since gone back on it.
Yeah, it seems like they can't really make up their mind as to what's going on. But That's heading back towards Monster.
JDM is playing the forward position on A. Cutler's back toward the stairs. Tarek as well as in the A site. So, if Cutler doesn't come back over soon, good dink on Finesse. May have problems holding on to this B site. That dink's going to do it, though. Cutler's on his way. In fact, he's going to go to the window. And there is no smokes for the terrorists to try and deter his vision. Instead, Hayes is going to get forward. He gets 2 with the SMG before going down to a Dren, but add Tarek to the mix, and they've now got a 4-on-2 situation with no guns yet recovered on the terrorist side. Still, though, it's enough for Dren with the Tech 9 to find Cutler. And the smoke deployed. If they could get that bomb fast enough back toward Monster, they might get toward a bomb plant, but Tarek's going to act on that. Get forward of it. Spots up Hiko. Spotted a Dren now as well, but doesn't necessarily have the opportunity to take him down. JDM will.
So managing again pretty much exactly what happened on Cobble, if I remember correctly. Getting 2 frags, but no bomb once again. So, yet, again, we see a full eco here, not really justifying buying anything. Adren once again not getting armor that round, so you assume he will be AWPing on this map as well. But 5 Glocks coming in and a complete throwaway round here. Essentially, you can see players heading towards, I was going to say B, I would assume a B rush would coming in, but actually going to be making their way towards middle. Fountain area, trying to find some CT aggression perhaps. They're staying as a tight unit. CT's also aware as to what's going to be presented to them, so very passive setup for them now. FNS going out to Monster Tunnel, getting some decent info facing down there. But this round, again, if they get a kill here, I would be surprised.
This position's commonly checked where JDM is playing, but against pistols, I know utilities. I highly doubt he'll have problems getting at least one. Specifically with Tarek able to spot when they're coming in. They won't be able to just walk in and go for that one time. Nice shot, Tarek. Frag Shack servers paying off.
What's a Frag Shack?
New Euros. Tarek owns an organization of deathmatch servers that have been absorbed by ESEA's association. So it's basically the top known warm-up or deathmatching headshot servers in North America. That's why his accuracy is what it is. But now they'll come in and JDM will come into play from that position. It's not only 1, it's 2. Tarek will beat him to the punch on the others, and Cutler closing on Hiko before that does mean that it's a flawless round for CLG.
Well, yeah, we knew that one was coming. Like I said, if they even got a kill there, we'd be very surprised. And this is where things get interesting, though. We can see what Liquid's approach will be going into this map. We know a lot of teams will favour executions right off the bat towards a B bomb site, for example. Commonly in Europe, that is employed, but I assume, judging by what I've seen so far, they will be going towards long, trying to take out. But look at this aggression coming from the CTs. We saw this coming. Tarek going to be going down into that sewers area. As well. Taking out Finesse. They've actually found some kills here.
They have indeed, convincingly so with these rifles. They've now got themselves in a 5-on-3 and not lost a lot of HP doing it. Fugly with 2 kills has gone down to only 78. And now they'll put their attention on the B side, still being very careful. Hiko's falling back on Monster, so normally the player that would lurk in this situation still doesn't have a good enough read on this B site for them to have the confidence of rushing in. They'll leave it to Adren instead to find out what's going on. And he should be able to locate one. He has on Cutler. Has not yet spotted Hayes. Either way, they're going to go on B. Yeah. They'll take no chances just given the circumstances of what happened in the last game. They want to make sure they collect every round. Don't throw anything away. Take it for granted. Bomb will get planted, and Liquid look like they will answer back on the first gun. Now, keep in mind, they also did that on Cobblestone. They lost the ensuing round, and that's when the money problems started to happen. They were CT side. This time, they're T a little bit more affordable.
Well, yeah.
But still, they've got to make sure they follow this up.
It's the same thing, really. Like, the CLG had pretty flawless rounds in the second and third, so their money's still very healthy. They'll be able to buy pretty easy, especially if these two guys save their guns as well, which looks like they will do, heading towards long. But can't take anything away from Liquid there. Actually read the push coming in, sent 3 men towards the connector and steps area, and actually locked it down, not even taking that much damage as well. So good play by them. They get the first round on the board. It's the first of many. We'd like to see this one be a little bit more competitive in the 16-4. But the guns will be saved. So, like I said, look at the money there. Tarek on 7k. Wouldn't be surprised now they get the AWP out. It can be so strong on the CT setup. And there it is. JDM pulls out the AWP. This is where they get rolling properly. Last round, obviously, a little bit more of a fun round for them. They want to try and get the economy rolling. P90s being bought, for example. And that's the spray down going on. Down in steps. But what's the setup presented now by the CTs? Where will they run that AWP? Going to be classic on the flower bed towards long. And this time, change of pace for the T's as well. Not actually we're going towards that connector area. They may be actually going to challenge this.
Flash to follow the smoke from Fugly, just wants to make sure again. He's checked everything, considered all possibilities, because Liquid cannot take chances this round. Perhaps even more important than the last. Trying to break the economy and really cement some momentum in the game. Flash goes over, Tarek's caught by that, manages still to get to safety. And JDM with the op, he looks away at the exact moment that he potentially had someone walking into his sight and goes down. An excellent shot from Nitro, but Tarek, he's managed to get a lead before that. Nitro, there he is, there's the headshots he's known for, is able to pull it back. 3 versus 3 now in Liquid. Trades will favor them in this situation. Not to mention, though, that Cutler is pushing forward. If he can get this trade kill, he's not yet spotted it. How does Adren not close that out? Adren, he should have definitely won that battle. And this may sway the odds just a little bit, because if Adren took that, A site was open for business. Now it means that Nitro and Hiko, perhaps the most skillful players on Liquid, have to do a lot of work to just stabilize this round.
I was going to say, I thought the DDoSing was coming in, but they're asking to change servers.
Hiko now is working with Nitro. They've rotated everyone over, so all 3 players will be present and readily available to do damage on the A site. Hazed is in the default position. He's done the first shot onto Hiko, and Cutler follows it up. It looked so promising after Nitro's opening, but that's all they end up getting.
Yeah, it came down to that kill from Adren. We saw that. He had like 2 kills on his screen ready to go. And like you said, though, Nitro, really nice work here. This battle, this one-on-one duel really did define the round, but wasn't enough, unfortunately. Like we said, Adren towards the CT spawn, unable to actually convert a pretty simple kill into a frag. But now we do have a pause. From what I read in the chat, it seems like some routing issues going on. Not even DDoS this time. It just seems like the server they played the first map on now has a routing issue, which is kind of weird, but that's the internet these days.
Hopefully it can be resolved quickly, which does mean you get to look at our pretty shirts again.
The clashing shirts.
Did I blue screen again? Okay, good. Can't match Medic through different servers. That's actually true. Fugly's raised a good point.
What did he say?
I actually, I don't know. Production, I don't know this for a fact. I think you might be able to extract ebot files and implement them onto a different server, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't deal with that. Don't ever ask me to run your server. It will crash.
It's true. Remember that server we used to run?
No, but it probably crashed.
Don't ever talk about it again.
All right, I'm sorry.
So yeah, 4-1 CLG, exactly what happened. Pretty much a mirror of what happened on Cobble, really. So they win the first 3 rounds pretty convincingly, lose the first gun round, then bounce back straight away. And this is where it gets dangerous for Team Liquid, because obviously they go into this, and it looks like, I don't know what's going on right now. They're unpausing.
They are unpausing. We have 6 seconds left in the freeze time, so we're
we thought we were about
to
fill for about 10 minutes there, but it looks like we're actually just going straight back.
Yeah, they've called it.
Okay, well, let's stand up again.
So what's the response going to be? It's Liquid that picked up 1, but lost the ensuing. Still, though, able to pick up guns this time, so a second chance perhaps.
And the thing is as well,
to try and pull the economy back.
If they're trying to do executions on the bomb site and then you have 2 smokes to play with, they need to be very careful the way they approach around here. They need to be finding some early frags, and so far it's been pretty unconvincing on the gun rounds, but do manage to get control along this time. The AWP's not going to be there. JDM's more focused on middle this time. Much more passive setup from the CT. He's not actually going to be giving too much away.
More and more teams putting the bias on A, specifically in these low utility rounds. We talk about smokes being used to get that default plant forward for the boxes, but it also means that A, you've got more control on your peak. You've got more coverage. You don't have to walk through a tiny little choke point at Monster and into a slaughter that's basically very linear and there's no escape from. And likewise from Sandbag, where you can just be isolated so easily. So they're playing the pick game on A. As that's not paying off, now they'll switch their attention onto the B side. Hazed and Finesse are the ones waiting there. Nitro's still going to play the lurk.
Yeah, he's just trying to get any sort of info, maybe get some backstab frags here as the guys do go into B.
And they've used one of their smokes as well on that long position to try and pull rotations.
It's not really going to work. It looks like the CT's maybe heading back towards B now, it seems. Will be 3 on Ace for now. But you can definitely see them question himself. Hiko leading the charge as they make their way to B.
They do still have the advantage coming in because Cutler's late on his rotation, so that does give Liquid the entrance that they need. Adren and Fugly finding 2 to the 1 that they've returned. And they'll go for the boost. They're going to play this differently. Get the AWP up for JDM, and he almost hits the shot on Adren through the smoke. It just whips past his shoulder, and he still hasn't found the angle. Adren does go down to Tarek nonetheless, and it leaves us into a 3 versus 3 on the post plant. This is where Liquid struggled so much in the past, but they managed to find a kill from a Liege. Follow that up, though. JDM finally gets the op to work against him. And it is now, again, 2 versus 2. Molotov'd off as well. They're not going immediately for the defuse, but Cutler's going to put himself in his own fire. That's canceled out by Fugly, and now it's a one-on-one, but the flames are still burning. Follow it up with a second Molotov, and JDM will hit the shot. Well clutched by him. Does he have the time? It's going to be very close.
That was kind of strange from Liquid there. When the bomb was down, they're still committing to that booster, and it seemed like they're isolating themselves almost. They wanted to have one player going around Monster, one player playing on short, have the crossfire set up. They both committed so heavily to that boost for so long. Bomb ticking away, obviously, but as soon as they worked, the CTs worked out what was going on, dropped the fire on them, and the fire went around as well. You can see that last kill, pretty simple. JDM knew exactly where the T player was, and that's 5-1. They do get the bomb down, though. They're not going to be forcing into this round. So Tech-9s, P250s, and some utility, but should be another pretty simple round for CLG here. You can see them, the guys heading towards B again. You'd assume more of a B set piece coming in. So yeah, the smokes will be coming into upper and potentially onto the bomb side as well. Try to get a bomb down and make carnage ensue with the Tech-9s. Flashbangs being deployed as well. Nitro will be going in first on short.
This time it's utilities as opposed to guns. We'll see if the difference pays off, but Finesse is in a great position. He's a little bit exposed, just to find Elise before the two players from Monster can capitalize on his open position, and that might be all the difference. Fugly finally getting a kill for Liquid, but Finesse, who stays alive, 3 HP, is able to close it.
Well then, that kind of tactic, we see teams like Virtus Pro doing that kind of strat on the gun round straight away, and it can be very effective indeed. That kind of thing, you can get into the bomb site, and actually with the Tech-9s and stuff, suggests maybe that won't be a bad idea to run with the AKs themselves. But let's see where they go with this. You can see them actually heading towards B once again. Maybe they will be taking a little bit of advice from me there and trying the same thing with the AKs. Let's see what happens.
I'll have to contend with Finesse. Slightly more aggressive toward Monster, perhaps, to get in a more aggressive position, and Cutler finding Fugly. That's one man already gone before they even put the plan into action. And Finesse has changed his angle. He's not playing at Toxic Barrels where he was successful, but he's caught by this time by Nitro. Nitro was a little bit annoyed, perhaps, that he put him down to 3 HP last time. We saw him typing in chat. Well, he's definitely gone further this time, but it's Hazed instead who stays alive. He's able to find 2, looking for the 3rd, and he's done it. 4th as well.
That's sick.
Oh, Cutler stole it. I take that back. Either way, 7 rounds now for CLG.
That teamwork is so good. We had Cutler in the upper area there. They saw his teammates and Hayes in a difficult situation. Perfect flash coming in from him. Allows Hayes to have that massive clear up, 3 frags, and that was just pitch perfect for him. Look at this play. All the players flash. It's such good teamwork. The alley-oop play coming into fruition, and lovely stuff from CLG as the mauling continues here. 7-1 in favor of them. Another eco coming in for Team Liquid, and looking like they're out of ideas here. Very poor and simple play from them, to be honest. That play just running through smoke and B, hoping for the best. Got the opening frag, but a simple shutdown for CLG in the end. But here we go, opening frag from JDM.
He's so good at finding them. 6 kills now for him. It's Eric that leads the way, though, with 2 already now before finally getting taken down by Nitro. Again, the money is such a big problem right now for Liquid. And Finesse will get the final 2. He stepped up in this game over the last few rounds.
Well, maximum loss bonus now, so you can see the cash. It does land by an ult, but another pause coming in once again.
And this time it is from Liquid, though.
This may be more of a tactical pause, I would say, seeing as they have looked pretty lost on the map. Hiko now, after 9 rounds, 1 kill for him. And this is the map I said Overpass he'd probably be stepping up on.
And Elise did say TO, which stands in this case for timeout, so it is tactical.
There you go.
And rightfully so, because Liquid far behind right now in the numbers, much like they were on map 1.
It's just, again, they're not being very assertive. They're kind of hoping situations just work in their favor without them having to really work for it. Getting towards long, for example, they don't have an execution for the A site. They get their control. Hope sometimes they get the frags. They don't find anyone there. They don't really know what to do with it. Same thing again on B. The only time we've seen anything with any promise really was that eco round. They went towards the bomb site, smoked it out completely, got in, taken down again, and then the following round after that, sent 4 players just through Monster, just running through a smoke with a single flashbang. Can work in some situations, but running through smoke, generally not advised, but that play from Hayes, not really much you can do about that. It's just great individual play and teamwork coming in from CLG. Unpause coming in now, so maybe they have the answer here. But the thing about the pauses is, as soon as you do a pause like this, a tactical pause, the other team get a sniff of what's going on as well, they'll probably do something completely random just to kind of lock you down and probably stop whatever you had in mind. But let's see what comes forward now. JDM going towards long with the AWP. Tarex will be joining him there. This is the setup they did on the first gun round. And it can work out for them. JDM trying to just jump over, see if he can get some sort of infill on the corner there.
Interesting as well inside playground. This is how worried they are about the aggression from CLG. That far back.
Yeah, it's playing very passively now, trying to see if they can find that early frag. No AWP for them, of course, but long has been an area where they have been able to find frags, so that would be the first protocol, surely.
It's Tarek again that's in that position behind the rock. He lost the battle last time to Nitro when it looked like they finally had 2 openings. They weren't able to close the round this time. It's Tarek with 2, and Nitro is one of the ones to go down, and as a result, JDM's going to follow that up. Finesse spotting 1 in short.
The thing about that is, right, they actually Molotov Tarek out of position and assisted him.
Still.
They put him in more of an unpredictable one. That rock play no one ever plays. Moved him to there, and he picks up 2 frags. JDM picking him one as well, and that's going to be Fugly. The last man remaining. He's going to be in the bathroom. Should be able to pick up one more kill by the looks of things on the Tarek, but Tarek is hungry like a wolf right now. He's finishes it off. 9-1, and it continues. Still seemed like the Liquid, the only idea they had there. Let's try and take over long in any way we can. And the only idea they really had to do that was one Molotov being chucked over there. Like we said, the lost bonus in full effect right now. So AK's going to be bought. AK could get a glass cannon AWP if he saw fit, but going to stick with the AK here. And I'd say just try and do that B tactic they've got with the guns. Hope for the best, get a bomb down, and play off the post plant situation. Let's see what goes on. Lots more mid presence being shown by the CTs this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got it correct because they've essentially horseshoed in the T side. And Finesse goes down the stairwell. He's going to have to trap. He's showing up. Fugly turns around late, has to reload in the process as well, so no chance he can get that kill. But Adren does come in with the trade. Finesse doesn't have the confidence to push forward because there is no one else watching that A site. So in the event that someone was coming along, he's now got to go passive. We'll see if they can benefit this trade, Team Liquid. Just seems so
rigid right now.
I mean, there's not much of a plan in place for Liquid. They're playing it by ear and a lot of disorganization.
Well, saying that, they still have got 3 smoke grenades. So, like you said, the 4-on-4 situation can work in their favor, but the AWP on JDM definitely sets them up on the A-bomb site and a lot stronger. But long once again for them. Potentially smoke off the end, but Finesse is changing his position now. This could be pretty important. If he dies here, this could be round over. Pretty much a one-and-done position.
Do they check it? That's a better question. Elige does. Hits the shot with no mistake. A headshot onto Finesse. And now, like you say, this could be one and done because they're trying to work onto the site. That Molotov will slow them, but JDM's position's given up. He still hits the shot. Elige going down means that he's still got another chance to hit another, and he does. It's Adren to go. Bomb's being planted on default. He'll spray into it, though, and CLG lock it down. That was with absolute authority.
Yeah, we saw Finesse. I really don't like that position at all when he pushed up towards the flower bed. I think it's horrible. Like, you need to have someone supporting you at least just to get the attention. Pretty much guaranteed to die there, but there we go down. And they get into the A-bomb side, and that lockdown, JDM, like I said, the AWP, so strong for him right now. He's got a great confidence, 10-3, and it continues. Liquid going to be on the quasi-buy here. Tech 9s, smoke grenades and flashbangs, and they're heading towards everyone over towards B this time. And no smoke, so maybe, well, 1 smoke's already in Dren. So smoke, a couple of flashbangs go in, hope for the best, hopefully get a bomb down. It's about as good as it's going to get on this round, I'm afraid.
Opening it up again with this forward aggression. Push back into him. He just waits this time. Short end of both straws there for Team Liquid. With only 1 round this time to the 10 that CLG have already surmassed against them. Finesse trying to fire through monsters. Just has the confidence to fire into that smoke and stay in the open. Pistols from that distance. Tech 9 specifically won't be able to do too much. Even with a headshot, so why not?
Well, now then, 5-on-3 situation, 40 seconds.
Finesse, yeah, look at this.
Here's the thing, what's going on right now? What's the plan?
Plan is to try to find picks. They do eventually. Hiko does get hazed, but Finesse was in the corner waiting. It's down to just Fugly. And it's a Fugly situation to be in. 11-1 now.
Right then, so money's still very strong for the T's, and finally they get an AWP out. Maybe the fact they haven't brought it out in 12 rounds suggests it wasn't part of the battle plan, but now after it's gone so wrong, it's like, should I try the AWP out? Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see what we can do with it. Maybe you can go for that first pick, maybe go towards long, see what happens. But the aggression once again coming in from the CT, very heavy this time. You can see Finesse leading the charge to the middle. JDM watching playground for him. And then Tarek just watching any players come out connected there, and they will do as well. See Orpa. He's up.
Oh, team kill though. Fugly took down Elige. And Elige was trying to do battle with Finesse. They both were, in fact. And that does give CLG again another man advantage to work with. AK's still going to be up. Fire forces Fugly back, and JDM just goes right through, and he doesn't even care. Hayes will close on Hiko. I think that puts a strong statement on the game right now. Yeah, even Fugly. Okay.
That was pretty impressive, to be fair. You knew he was going to get away with it as well as soon as he ran in there. Fire comes down, runs through. Why not? 12-1 now. AWP did find one frag, but this is another game. You think like Liquid just stuck out their depth. They don't know what's going on.
Oh, man, this is insane. I mean, these two teams go back even just to May were almost even keel, and I think right now it's a combination of two things. Liquid looking a little bit disorganized, a lot of indecision, but CLG is looking very, very good right now, I have to say, and they've done so over the last month or so. Cloud9's been getting all the credit for having better international performances, but CLG have made gains specifically in North America. It's only a matter of time, hopefully, from any North American perspective, before they do get international victories.
So even when Liquid are expecting the pushes like that, they're sat in positions that have the advantage for them, and they're actually waiting for Tarek to go to them. They're just getting dropped like flies. They're not even doing any damage. Once again, heading towards long. Let's see, one player is going to be towards middle, so Fugly just holding the connector quite sheepishly, though. As we have got JDM still on the map, and he's still roaming around middle. You see, they've just got no real game plan right now. They're trying to get positional control. Nitro is getting decent footing up on the long area. They're clearing out bathrooms. The Finesse right above Fugly right now. Is Fugly going to check it? He doesn't. Finesse takes him down. Good play from him. It would have been a difficult situation though as Adren does answer back. Hayes takes down Hiko and make it a double. Adren falls to him as well. 4-on-1. And Nitro was the man lurking around on the long A area. 20 seconds on the board. Another round that just falls apart from Team Liquid.
Man, this is... I mean, I've called out Liquid in the past for having issues, but this is a whole other level of...
This is more than issues. This is like... Obviously, they brought in Hiko to kind of fix these little problems they have. It's still a new lineup, but we've seen two maps now. We assumed Cobble would be just because you can't veto everything in this sort of system. You have to play one of the maps you don't favour. But they picked this map, and you'd assume they did their homework as well. And
the thing is, with the strong personalities that are on this team, a lot of them will be silent. Again, I'm speculating, but silent after the game. Potential they'll just bail out, leave Twitter.
Leave Twitter.
TeamSpeak. Yeah, and not really say much about it when they should dissect this and pull things apart, have a meeting within the team, and hopefully they'll do just that. As they walk into JDM, clutches again. He's able to hit a quick shot onto Nitro, but that's canceled out, thankfully, by Fugly. And now Adren has a shot, has a chance, and Liquid getting a lot of kills that potentially should not have gone their way. It finds themselves 1 against 3 as hazed with an auto sniper on round 15.
Guaranteeing themselves this round as well, but rushing off to B. They don't want to challenge him. They need to make sure they get the second on the board.
Yeah, very, very low HP for both Adren and Elige. 21 and 16 respectively, but they're in good position to catch off that rotation. So again, they win the first gun round, but they don't really follow it up with anything at all until finally this odd round 15.
So yeah.
We're even further behind than they were on Cobblestone at this point.
Hiko, 2 frags in 15. And one of the guys I pointed out as being would be great on this T side of Overpass, a great map for lurkers, going to open up certain areas and hold positions by themselves, go for opening frags. He's been very quiet, obviously. JDM been playing pretty lights out, to be honest. He only got 12 frags, but they've been big opening kills, to be honest. And Hazed and Tarek, that tag team combination has been great. Cutler has been setting a lot of people up with set flashbangs and stuff like that. He's been quite fun to watch as well. So all to play for, I guess. You kind of have to think this one is over if they get the pistol. Let's see what CLG can do. This is such a difficult situation to be in for Liquid. It's like, do we take the risk, go for that aggressive push on the CT side, try and get information, or do we just play passively and hope we can find the USP headshots? But we'll have a look at the CLG buy. 4 sets of armor from them so far. Hayes actually make it 5, so you'd assume either a full-on B rush or just go up A long and see what you can do there. The CTs will be showing some aggression there. Adren pushing up middle, flashbang coming in, he's actually setting up his teammates who are going down long as well.
So Fugly and Nitro burrow themselves behind the rocks. As the flash will catch Cutler. He's blinded, forced into the corner at the exact moment he wanted to put aggression into that connector. That slows everyone on CLG to wait for his vision to restore so that they can push as a unit. But that unit is getting torn apart right now as Fugly picks up the second kill on Cutler. Gives them the one-man advantage on the defensive side, and it's a desperate pistol round. They need more. Fugly's got one. It's now Fugly who's doing all of the work. 4 kills. You find the last one, it's Adren that beats him to it. Either way, it's the 3rd round. It's hard to believe in the second half. The first pistol that Liquid's got all night.
Well, here we go. Then how does CLG approach this round? Obviously, when you have so much, it's a huge bed to play with. You don't really need to force up into this. You might as well wait until the gun round comes in and have the full buy, but it's like a semi-forced buy here. Finesse getting armor and a Tech 9, so will Hayes. The rest of the guys being pretty conservative.
Here you go. Trying to scout over top of the wall to see if anyone will be coming to that B site. He's got the support of both Fugly and Elige, but their scent's going to rotate because there is a little bit of activity toward the bathrooms. And even smarter, Elige is going to try and get information by pushing into the water at the B site. That means with having the forward information, they can rotate back on his call a lot quicker than giving up the B site and be able to support A in the process. As Tarek, JDM, Cutler, Hayes all heading down long, flashing themselves in. Nitro's not blinded, but Nitro, he's only got one before he gets dropped and returned by Hayes. Luckily, Adren is in good position to catch off Tarek, but Finesse, he still wants to come in from the bathrooms. He's gone. Nitro's going to find Hayes, then it's fairly straightforward that time from Team Liquid.
Yep, no bomb going down again, so you'd assume the full eco will continue for CLG, giving them a nice buy in the first gun round here. So good hold from Liquid, pretty convincing stuff so far, but like I said, it wasn't a forced buy from CLG. They're actually just trying to get onto a site, force some sort of issue. Only managed to find 1 frag there, so 3 rifles, actually make it 4 rifles for Liquid, 1 P90 on Fugly, and actually we're pushing straight up middle with that P90 and seeing what they can do with it. Get the early intel. Not going to spot anything though, so falling back, adjusting their positions.
Good aggression though. Although they didn't want to give up the rifles, it does at least pay off with 1 kill. On to Cutler when he tries to capitalize on the forward positioning, and Fugly's going to go back in now that he's got the P90 to try and get some spray down, but they've already worked their way in toward the B site. Good hold from Eco so far, switches to the pistol. It's a hat trick, but don't call it a comeback just yet because now we'll get the guns out for CLG.
This is where it gets interesting, obviously. Let's see how they can approach this one. AWP coming out straight away for CLG. We didn't see one of those for Liquid until about the 13th round, I believe, so definitely a different approach to the map. You'd assume taking that towards long is normally the first port of call, see what you can do with it. Liquid choosing not to upgrade their weapons at all, keeping the P90 and the FAMASes. Interesting play considering the circumstances. Let's see where it goes for them.
Just got to find it, he cannot, but he does get at least a trade position for Tarek, but a nade coming in means he's gone now as well. CLG's coming from all angles though, and Adren's got no escape plan. He gets stuck inside the stairwell, and Hayes will eventually put him down. Lost a lot of HP in the process, down to 6, so despite that it's a 3-on-3, you could give the advantage right now to Liquid. But that's only in terms of frag potential, not on position, because this defense has to split themselves up now. Try and get a read on what CLG are up to. Finesse is trying to do exactly that by waiting in this stairwell, hoping someone, such as Hiko as it is, will start to hunt aggressively toward him for that read. Fugly also forward in the bathroom has a P90.
Yep.
And he may push all the way through. If he doesn't feel threatened here, he may just go with it. And that in a spray down situation against Hayes, who's only got 6 HP, could be crucial.
Looks like they're setting up for the smoke onto the upper platform there.
They've brought Elige over, though, because of the information that Fugly's gained by pushing out that far. They've managed to bring 2 players onto the B site.
That smoke on short, though, that's really nice play for Liquid. That'll be holding them off. It'll be very difficult to actually take the bomb site now.
And Fugly is there. There we go. Hayes, as I said, didn't have a lot of HP to work with. Ultimately doesn't even have a say in the play. I don't even think he got his smoke grenade out. Either way, Elige is going to go down to FNS in the water. So luckily, Fugly's found more against JDM, picking up an AK-47 as well. So getting away from that P90. And time will expire. If they could get FNS right now, this would do so much benefit to their economy, but he manages to tuck himself into the corner and stay alive.
Yeah, that's a big play. Obviously, dying without the bomb going down there. And you go into the next round with $0. So he did a good job with the low HP he had to make sure he kept the AK in armor. But the headline here is Liquid have got 4 rounds in a row on the board, so looking much stronger on the second half. CLG won't be purchasing too much here. Hayes has got the Tech 9 in armor. Obviously have got the AK-47 saved from last round as well. Just trying to work some picks towards Monster with that. He will get a face as well. Does some decent damage onto Elige and Hiko there, but takes a lot himself. And now the CTs.
Oh!
No idea what's going on.
Adren, he hit Hayes, but not without doing massive damage to his teammate because he shot through Elige. Luckily, he follows it up with a shot onto Cutler. So Adren also stepping up. Finally, it looks like Liquid might have some life again against Pistols this time, but confidence, get this lead, get this momentum, keep things rolling. Eventually, Fugly goes down to FNS. Adren will close the round 3 for him with an AWP. Again, confidence building. That'll be huge if he can continue on with that form. But guns, are they going to come out again this time? They surely will for CLG. They've got plenty of money.
So the all coming out once again, but it's nice to see Liquid finally waking up. 13-2 first half.
Boom!
Nice.
I love it.
More of that, please, Adren. But here we go. Go into round number 21 now. 13-7 is the scoreline. Obviously, Liquid need to keep this up. Can't really afford to drop any rounds here. Adren going for that aggressive facing middle.
Oh, but he's so blind he can't find his way back in.
It's okay.
Oh, it is okay, apparently. As he stays open and gets Tarek. I thought he might get pursued. Luckily now has to do the damage at long. He's got support system behind him. He's got lots of support as Adren's going to come over, so 3 of them in that single alleyway.
Look at Cutler, though. Cutler's pushed all the way out middle. The CTs aren't aware as to what's going on.
And they know that they are at long, so he's just going to hold this re-entry from the CTs. They've also become aware of this situation. How do they pursue it? Put a smoke down. No spray coming through it just yet. They've got to be careful crossing it as well because Nitro's low on HP, but he does manage to get back in the site on the back of Fugly's great kill. Staying in the bathrooms. He's popped out behind them. It's now down to JDM to hold on to that A site. Meanwhile, Finesse is lurking on B, but doesn't have the bomb. They've got that secured on the stairwell to the A site. And Liquid, looking like they're going to get A. Will be a 6th straight round. Should they close this? Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves because FNS is still in good position, but I think Elige, yep, waiting for him, knows his position now. Brings it back down to just 3 alive. But this will put the loss round bonus to full effect for CLG.
Yeah, so looking at their money just now, they should be able to scrape together AKs again, but potentially may take another AK here. We'll see what happens to them, but they definitely could justify AKs and armor. But Liquid definitely coming to life as well. Very nice, dynamic, aggressive play, making sure they get the kills back. Adren seems to be contributing as well, so if they can keep this up, there's no reason why they can't come back to it. Definitely a CT bias map. Like I said, I think that's how many in a row now? That's 6 in a row. So definitely things looking a lot more promising now. The AKs will be purchased. JDM probably going to have to be on the Galil here. He's actually opting for the Tech 9 and actually not going to be investing too much into it. So keeping his economy on him, just wants to make sure he has the option to buy AWPs going forward.
And the loss round bonus should actually put him in a position where he will next round at 3,500. Yeah, he definitely will.
Well,
should the rest of his team be in a position, though? That's a better question.
Hopefully they'll be looking to win this round, I assume.
Actually, take that back. The overlay didn't update. He did buy down to 800 when I pressed tab, so the overlay still showed him at 3,500. He bought a lot.
Yeah, so I guess it's all.
Yeah, armor
and
lagging. Yeah, armor and utilities.
There you go.
As Adren with the AWP, though, looks to get aggressive at the front of bathroom. Waiting for someone to walk out into the open, and JDM's trying to shoulder bait that shot, but hasn't get out there just yet. When he does, he actually doesn't even look. He's got his vision firmly focused on the stairwell. Adren tries to follow it up with a quick shot onto Finesse. Doesn't come out successful, and now the picks favor CLG as Tarek's taking down Nitro. This puts Hayes with an AK in toward the site. And they may have just done enough work on A. Looking to get the shot against Elige, though, but Elige with the wide peak is able to take down 2 big plays from him. Those are absolutely massive because had he not found that kill, if it went the other direction, it would be a post-plant situation that favors CLG. Instead, with the bomb down, they'll be fully successful. Fugly and Hiko, the last 2 that remain, but it's enough to get them their 9th round and make it only 4 the difference, despite that we were at 13-2 at half.
Yeah, pretty scrappy retake onto the side, a lot of back and forth action, but ultimately, Liquid keep the momentum going. 7 rounds in a row for them now. Like I said, the money loss bonus working in CLG's favour. They can pretty much continuously buy AKs now with this sort of role, but they get that opening kill onto, or that opening trade onto Adren there, and then this take was pretty isolated. You see players jumping through smokes there, not really backing each other up. And looks like CLG a bit scrappy this time, but the AWP once again. It's going to be JDM punching that, and looks like Adren is going to be going towards B on the monster tunnel this time. So that's kind of interesting change of pace for them. Nice to see them actually changing things up. And that's actually a decent shot from Adren as well. Takes down Finesse under monster tunnel, and that means he can just fall back now. He can swap out with someone on the A site, and that'd be the perfect play for them.
He's definitely come alive. 16 kills now total. Fugly leads the way on 17. Hiko, oddly, that's lagging behind just a little bit, but ultimately, like, we care about rounds at this point. That's it.
So that's the swap out. Hiko's gone back to B, and Adren moving that way. So that's a really nice play. So you make the presence known of the AWP, move it out, and set it up like a turret somewhere else. Now he's going to be looking towards long.
Elige and Hiko are about to come under pressure at B, though. Hayes is going to work down through the mid stairs. Tarek and JDM all the way back through T-Spawn will approach Monster with the bomb. Hiko is playing in between both Sandbag and Monster up close to the wall, so he can be able to control his peak. But if the timing is right and they get past Elige on the entry, Hiko could be pinched quite quickly. It's always so many ifs, though, on that approach. Instead, the flash comes in and Hiko lines it, but JDM, that's a beautiful shot up close to take down Hiko. Hayes gets the flank, though, and Nitro comes out successful, despite that Hayes had the best efforts, and now Liquid, with the bomb down in the front of Monster with 15 seconds, have secured themselves their 10th round. Perhaps they are equal to the task of that achieved by Counter Logic Gaming on their CT side, because that's going to make it
8-0.
8 in a row. Yep, that's absolutely massive.
So are we believing at this stage? Do you think this is a possibility? Considering what CLG, like, it seems like they're doing a very similar sort of play, trying to work the picks, not having great economy to buy with, and then falling apart on the executions.
I don't know if they go Tech 9s here, if they want to go Galils, because they've got an AWP and an AK. I think they could force around this if they wanted. They go Tech 9s.
Oh, it's difficult. This is so hard now. It seems like Adrenaline and Liquid are approaching each round perfectly, changing his position every time, going for those early picks, shutting down any new ideas they bring to the table. But most of T's now heading towards B. This could be good. He's trying to work out whether JDM has anything to play with. No one going to be facing him just yet, but CT's may face it. It's going to be Hiko. So we're going to come down to whether he can hold them off. Smoke being deployed as well. That's going to be good. T's going to flash and push through.
And they get their way. They take down Hiko. Finally an entry. These Tech 9s, they won't stop Elige. He can't hit the first shot, but the Pokeball lands onto Cutler. He's captured, and the following kills do go their way as well. It's down to just JDM and Finesse. And suddenly it's CLG who seem disorganized. We've talked them up for great teamwork all evening, while Liquid showing off a little bit of flash and flare. Perhaps better late than never. Still the task not done just yet. This will put them 2 away should they close this round, and it looks as though they will. JDM needs to be careful because he survived the last round, so he's only got $150, and now he loses his AWP. It would have been worth it for them to save that, because they would have had 5 players in a great position to buy and an AWP already up. Now they've got 3 players in great position, but 2 that are kind of sacrificed because of it and compromised because of it.
So it's going to be JDM and Cutler with no money to play with. Obviously, the buys do continue here. Galil's Tech 9's being purchased. I'd like to see him just do something very fast and kind of premeditated, perhaps. Like, the picks aren't working out for them. They're getting shut down by these opening plays from Liquid. And right now, like you said, they're looking like the scrappy ones. They're a little bit lost, perhaps. But let's see what goes on now. Since CLG will be heading towards B again. 3 players towards Long Monster. Flashing over. Maybe this is the faster play we talked about. Going to be running straight through some smokes here. See what they can do.
The wall is out. This time Elige won't have the same potential to try and slow this down, and Liquid have to come up with an alternative situation. Elige finds one on Tarek, who tries to get aggressive. Liquid have had enough. They're getting aggressive, and so far it's working, but the kills aren't adding up. They might have bomb plants, but they don't have the manpower. In fact, it's down to just Finesse, despite JDM's efforts with the Tech 9. Finesse gets back into the site, though. If he can find Hiko fast enough, he may bring this back to a one-on-one, but they were both exposed in the crossfire, and it will now be one round the difference. 13-12, Team Liquid. A massive turnaround.
Yeah, doing work there. It seemed like a couple of the smokes landed as well for CLG. I saw one on top of the roof, which definitely wasn't where it intended to go. So, like I said, though, here comes the pause, in fact. I think this is probably a good time for CLG to do this. How many rounds is that right now? So, currently set at 10-0. After a 13-2 half, you assumed this one was all but tied up, but now Liquid have bounced back, and it has to be said, they really have come to life. Adren, we talked about having a very quiet game on Cobble, didn't really turn up. Actually going pretty hammer right now, 17 kills, and actually playing pretty smart. Fugly as well, 19 kills. So, interesting stuff nonetheless. This would be a fantastic comeback. Losing the first half 13-2 and managing to pull it back, that doesn't happen too often. So, hats off to them so far, being very, very impressive indeed, very dynamic, and keeping the picks unpredictable as well.
There's been some decent plays. This is looking back at the first half. This is some highlights throughout the evening. But there's been some plays from Liquid which definitely show that the coordination is still available to them. Some flashes in from teammates, some peeks toward that monster position. Things starting to come alive for them. But there's definitely been issues.
Oh, the unpause comes in now. CLG still have the advantage in terms of how many rounds on the board there are, but this is the one that's going to level things out. Definitely a round they probably want to take just to kind of give themselves a little bit more time to work out what's going on. But AWP coming out for JDM once again. No one going towards B this time. They're going to be probably heading towards long and middle, trying to shut down this aggression that's been shown from the CTs. JDM just holding that in the fountain. Much more of a passive setup from Liquid this time.
At the front of the bathrooms has to amount to a kill, but it's traded, and the problem is the second man has such a problem getting out. They try and flash it in, and actually blinds FNS, so he couldn't get that kill in the end. Eventually Nitro will drop, but he's done the damage.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been allowed to get away with that kill. They should have capitalized on that when they had him flashed and forced him back. In fact, he's got one more there. It's a dream situation, but JDM does give them the 3-on-2.
And that pick is massive. We've talked about Adren looking better and better with the AWP, but JDM this time does win the battle, and finally it's a man advantage for CLG. And not only that, Finesse, he's lurked into the B site. There's 48 seconds, lots of time to rotate that bomb back over. Hiko's still down at the bottom of the stairwell, but he hasn't read this, and FNS has stayed quiet enough that he'll eventually go to A. That's going to be the wrong call. Deployed his smoke before he left, which does mean Tarek will go through Monster, take the safe route in. But Finesse has so much information. He's also heard Hiko run away.
Yep, this should be a round going in favor of CLG. This hold, pretty easy. They can sacrifice one guy, make it a 2-on-2, but Finesse here with a nice position. They shouldn't be able to take them down now.
So a post-timeout win, potentially, unless Hiko can close things out as he's known to do. He's got Elige with him, but Elige is now gone. It's just Hiko 1-on-3, and excellent shots from both Finesse and Tarek. 14 now for Counter Logic.
So finally, they managed to find that opening frag at the start of the round. That hasn't happened at all, really, this game. And unable to find the second as well. It's trading back and forth, but as soon as Finesse got into that B-bomb side, that's when it turned around for them.
Here's the thing now as well, though. This resets the round loss bonus. It was quite massive. It was substantial, 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah, so if they lose this one.
Right, if Liquid win this one, then it will be back to an Eco at 14-13, and then potentially 14-14 just like that. So there's still a lot to play for in this round.
Let's see. It seems like the aggression has kind of subsided for Liquid. Now all the chips are down. Adren's going to be pushing up in the mid-air. Takes his first shot. Doesn't land it this time, though. And will be forced back to the bomb side.
Watch Elige. He's pushed all the way to T-spawn. This is going to give such a good read. The only weakness to this is exactly what CLG might be looking to do, and that's he's pushed to T-spawn. They put 4 in A, but there's a gap, and it's down through those mid-stairs. Fortunately, CLG have bypassed it. They've walked toward the A site, but in doing so, they've got Tarek's accuracy to rip the head off of Nitro. So Elige has to respond. It's Cutler that he finds in doing it. The flank is still coming. He's down. He's taken out. JDM catches onto Elige's positioning. So suddenly things turn around for CLG. They've got a real opportunity to walk into the site, but they've still got Hiko to deal with, and he's taken down Hazed. JDM 1-on-2. AWP in hand, excuse me. Bombs down to his right. 39 seconds. He could still grab this and run it back toward B should he elect to do so. And he may just do exactly that. Or is he going to fake it?
I think it'd be difficult to do a fake with 25 seconds on the clock. He's just got to go in all this. If he gets the bomb down, that'd be great for him because it means that orb in that position could be very strong indeed. Just holding them off and they rotate into the bomb site.
And no one's rotating over just yet. They're going to stay together as a unit here, Team Liquid. It could be match point if JDM can clutch this out. 1-on-2, has the AWP. He'll back out of the site. Still keep an eye on window just in case they rotate in that position, but they're not going to do so. In fact, they look for the initial boost to see if they can get a read on where JDM is, but watch for the early peek as he goes out. Just misses the first shot. That could have made all the difference because then he could play the timer. Instead, they're going to pursue onto him and he can't hit the second either. Eventually, he will go down. And despite that there's flames on this bomb, they'll wait just long enough for them to be insignificant, and we will hit 13 plus that money reset, excuse me.
Yep, but the bomb going down does help out a little bit. Had JDM hit that first shot on the short there, that would have been the round over. He just needed to find one kill with that Molotov on the bomb as well. He could have just delayed that for so long, but not meant to be. Liquid stay alive and keep their head above water for now. As CLG will not be forcing into this to do the quasi-buy, keeping the money around the 2k mark, which means they can get AKs next round. Tech-9 this time. Bomb heading towards B by itself, so suggesting a little fake coming in here, trying to do a plan, considering the way they've seen Liquid react to the rotations when they go towards A. They know they leave their bomb site completely open. Adren, once again, missing that opening shot, but just seeing a terrorist there. Not really committing to anything just yet, though.
Trying to get a little bit more forward as well in the bathrooms. There's no one up there from Team Liquid, so they've essentially given this room to CLG. Nitro, though, waiting. It's an HE nade that he's got pulled and ready. Pin's been removed. Trigger not yet released. Dren's going to rotate over as well. Eventually, it does go in, and it's good damage. Hazed down to 51. Cutler on 68. And as he jumps up for the last time, he'll spot 3 players working toward him, so he pulls back out the rifle. 1 kill already, lines up a second, but can't get the kill against Tarek. It allows Fugly to get FNS. JDM to go down to Adren. It's Tarek in the end, the man who got that kill. That will fall last, and we are knotted up on 14.
Oh, what a great game this has turned out to be. After the 13-2 first half, we thought everything was done for, but Liquid have shown some amazing teamwork here, mental fortitude, and managed to claw themselves back into this. We're currently sat at 14-14, going into round number 29 now. Pretty incredible scenes here. So Adren once again with the AWP. He'll be holding that middle bathroom area once again, but obviously CLG struggling hard in this second half. They haven't been able to make much work for them. There's one clutch situation I can recall where that's JDM on the B bomb site. And now it's all to play for. Whoever wins this round will be going on to map point.
And what an advantage that would be. What a turnaround from Team Liquid.
I think at this stage CLG will just be happy with the map point, just so they could just lock down the overtime.
Reset things.
Yeah.
Nitro again is going to be playing in behind these default bomb boxes. And they've got a stack right now on the A site. Hiko's not really in it, but he is behind it on the stairwell. Just waiting for that call. First kill is going to go to JDM, though. Again, finding Elige. That T-side off, is it going to be enough? And it was again for Elige on the flank. That's twice he's been caught out in the process. And that forces Hiko back to B, which weakens the A defense. And the A defense is about to get tested. Smoke's going to come in and Finesse getting Nitro. Is it just enough to find the 15th round with the 2-man advantage? Do they go? Hiko's far away from it. He's got to rotate back, and now Cutler's got Fugly. It's all on Adren and Hiko. 2 versus 5. Smoke's out in front of them, and Hazed is going to get the kill onto Adren. Another one down, and 1 to go. Hiko, it would be the clutch of a lifetime.
You can say that again.
And there's one already. It's actually Cutler, thank you very much, to help him out as they tried to line it up. And now he switched over to the AWP. If he can get this shot for free without being sighted up, it might give him a chance, but it's not going to be. Counter Logic Gaming, after so much success in the first half, finally get to the 15th round. Remember, this was 13-2 at halftime.
So the money not actually that great in the CT camp either. You can see M4's being bought. They can afford an AWP and a Adren, but the other guys are Nitro and Hiko, for example, won't have full buys here. Definitely not. And you can see, is that not a single kit coming in from the CT side on this such a pivotal round? That's kind of the crazy situation for them. But nonetheless, we go into the last round and a half. and the game. 2 AWPs now being run for
Not
CLG
to mention,
as well.
there's also Molotovs out for CLG. So if it comes down to a defuse situation and there's a Molotov still in play, not having a kit.
Not a kit.
Yeah.
Not one kit. That's crazy.
So bombs dropped intentionally toward Playground. They want to try and find these opening picks. Tarek's got a gap on that smoke at Monster. I think that was actually the one thrown from Spawn that bounces off the train tracks. So it was misthrown. Luckily, they didn't peek into it thinking that it was going to give them cover.
Well, if ever there was a time to close this one out, CLG, this is the round. Everything is working in your favor. Interesting enough, getting those double AWPs as well.
And that's now 3 smokes deployed from Team Liquid. They've
Yep.
got 1 remaining and 1 Molotov to try and shut CLG down. This is working more and more as time expires into CLG's favor. So Hiko and Elige, as it sits right now, looking like they might be the ones to come under pressure. As it is 3-2 right now, split up on the terrorist side. He's just slowly working into the mid stairwell. That means Cutler's going to play it alone on A and try and sell this fake. Forward he gets with that AK-47. Tarek's just going to walk down Monster, and no one in a direct position to cancel that. If they give him the space with this AWP on the way through, he might just find the shot. It's Hiko he's going to come against as we watch Cutler on the off-site, though. And there it is. Tarek's found Elige. It's got to be Hiko to close it out. He's managed only 1. Adren's thankfully found 1 as well. But this might just be enough. A man advantage. Post-plant down. We said it. No kits for Team Liquid. And Nitro, although he's worked out, has fire in front of him. FNS is stuck in behind the wall when he pops out. It's Nitro who gets the kill, so now there's still a chance, but JDM, he's always a threat, and he's got his eyes firmly fixed upon Catwalk. Down he goes, Adren gets the kill, and it's the AWP for Tarek stuck in the water. He's got 1 with the pistol. Can he close it? Adren, he's able to get the kill, but no kit. Does he have the time? This is going to be tight. I'm not 100% sure that he does. They're calling GG already. Nitro's the one to say it, and it might go down to the simple fact. You said it, Henry. No kits in the last round. They can't even sacrifice a rifle. They needed all the weaponry, and it will be 16-14 on that fact alone.
The fact that they had AWPs with players with incendiaries as well, get the kit, get 1 kit over incendiaries. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just need 1, and that round would have been 1. They've been going into overtime right now. That's kind of really disappointing to see that happen. It's such a big round, obviously high tension, probably a little bit of bickering going on that last round, seeing what kind of buy they should have had. But just like I said, 1 kit anywhere on it, they could have at least had the information as to where it was. So that's disappointing. But what a game that turned out to be.
Oh, that was an excellent game. Huge comeback. Talk about skinny your teeth stuff. CLG doing just enough in the end. I mean, that's
just
insane,
about.
and it's almost disappointing because Liquid were just starting to look like the team that I give them credit for being time and time again, because tonight they were far from it aside from 1 half. But if we could have got to game 3, maybe things could have switched around a little bit.
Absolutely. The fact of the way they were playing towards the whole of that second half, has to be said, was absolutely phenomenal. They seemed like a different team from what we saw on Cobble. Really did come to life. Oh, and it doesn't even have to be Cobble. It has to be even the first half of Overpass. They lost the first half 13-2. You have to remember that. And it almost went to overtime. So great stuff from them to come back into it. Unfortunately, that last little mistake, not getting the kill on the last round, they actually won the 2-on-1 situation as well. They actually had that in their favor. Just had nothing to close it out with. So CLG will be your victors 2-0, but definitely some signs of improvement from Liquid there in the second half.
Yeah, that's insanity. Great game to watch. Absolutely, it was entertaining the whole way through, but ultimately it's CLG that take the victory 2-0, much like Luminosity did over Method, which sets up, before we look into the scoreboard, our matches for tomorrow evening. It's going to be Luminosity versus CLG in the upper bracket. That game's going to be exciting as well, because that's a win-out rematch. And on land, CLG,
you're right, yeah,
thumping on Luminosity as of late. So CLG has been looking very hot, it has to be said. Let's look at that scoreboard, though, from the last match, as the stats have been all compiled together. Fugly, not too bad. 24 kills for him. Adren, 23. Big turnaround once that op got rolling.
Better.
Hiko as well. He only ended on 13, but he was in that lurk position instead, though. Tarek leading the way, 27 kills. He's my shot caller, bud.
That's true. Congratulations. Well, let's see if the heat map can paint a better picture as to how that one went down. And obviously, Team Liquid didn't have the best terrorist half, has to be said. Only getting 2 rounds.
Did.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. To be fair.
CLG got 1 extra round out of it. That's it.
Both T teams looking pretty much lost on that map. It has to be said. CT sides of both teams very convincing, looking great. CLG's T side obviously heading the rounds they won basically towards A most of the time, and the frags they found in that bathrooms and moving up to the A bomb site area. B side not so much, and Team Liquid taking advantage of long a little bit more. You can see CLG didn't really get any kills. I think he got 1 kill on long there. I can see a candle at the rock, but yeah, it's hard to dissect much from this thing, as both the T sides are so abysmal from both teams.
Well, Tarek is the MVP on the evening. As mentioned, 27 kills to lead the way. In the final map, it was only map 2. It was just starting to get exciting. It's almost disappointing that we don't get to see a third map out of that. But
the third map would have been great.
Oh,
just,
it would have been
just to see like Liquid finally arriving, but unfortunately not meant to be this time. Tarek, obviously, like you said, stepped up huge. 27 kills with him. Very impressive stuff. He's been good all night, to be fair to him. So deserved MVP.
And the good news is Liquid can at least leave the match now at the end. I said they might go silent.
There's something that they
right, there's something they can talk about. At least they had some positives. That might give them more courage to say, hey, guys, you know, it's not so bad. Let's look at the issues rather than we got stomped. I don't want to talk to any of you. That was horrible, and just leave, because that can happen within teams at times. So
we should have bought a kit, guys.
Don't be a loser by a diffuser. Well, let's look at the results, Henry.
Okay.
We'll start with you.
I'll do it. I'm scared.
Are you scared? Oh, look, it's us. What is that gesture I'm doing? That's amazing.
So 3rd out of 4. Is this?
Did they pause it on that on purpose? My God. Oh my God.
Is this like a one-night thing? Or does it go?
This is a one-night thing this time.
Damn.
It's a one-night stand.
So 3rd again. I'm always 3rd.
Who's the 4th, though? I think there's only 3 because Not2 didn't join, so.
I hope it's you.
How would I get 4th if there's only 3 of us that played tonight? Wow. Oh, apparently there's a random in our league. So I came 2nd. That's even better. Oh, my God. That face is amazing. All right, I got 2nd in the league at 680 points. So who got number 1? Is it going to be the PGL staff? Remember, they stacked up early on Luminosity.
No, there's an intruder. Maybe they came in last.
Imagine some guy, just some random dude, not involved, comes in and shows us all up. I think that might be the case. It is.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Well, there you go. Twitch chat knows all. This guy definitely just beat us.
Yeah, so we ended a $500 tournament.
I like it.
For no
he got
reason
me by,
what's
what's his team? Click on his team. I want to see it. Or is that his team that we're being displayed right now? Let's click on his team. Who did he have? Tarek as the shot caller. Cold Fur. So we had Fur as I had Fallen. I thought Fallen would have gotten more points. So where's the difference come in? Alige, Fugly. I think I had Hiko, and Hiko ultimately didn't do much, so that could be the difference.
He purely did that for the glory. There's no prize money in our
well
private
done.
league.
I give
it costs
him
you
credit.
$500 to come into it.
You got your moment of fame on stream. You've shown us up, and on that humble note, I think that's it.
That is it. It's now 7 a.m. in Bucharest. Matt, we made it. Good night. The first night of our NA campaign.
That's right. So upper bracket and lower bracket tomorrow. It will be Luminosity versus CLG. Now that game has potential to go the distance. Luminosity didn't really show up against them in the finals at Win Out. They did win 1 map convincingly, but they lost 2 in similar fashion. And we've also got Liquid, who, if they come out as cold as they did last night, could be out of this. If Method come out with any sort of form at all, they could capitalize on that.
They won't lose to Method. Like
I doubt it after seeing what they can still do in that second half, but
when they go up with a bit more confidence, they looked a little bit lost and rattled in the first map. When they go against someone like Method, I think they know they're better players than. I think we'll see a different.
Likewise, Method are going to be looking at it thinking that's a chance. There's definitely a chance. So they'll come in with some confidence as well. That said, good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night for those matches. And after that, we move forward to find out who the last team and the only North American team will be at the LAN. Instead, Hazed is going to get forward. He gets 2 with the SMG before going down. Is what it is, but now they'll come in, and JDM will come into play from that position. It's not only 1, it's 2. Find a lead before the 2 players from Monster can capitalize on his open position, and that might be all the difference. Ugly finally getting a kill. Was a little bit annoyed, perhaps, that he put him down at 3 HP last time. We saw him typing in chat. Well, he's definitely gone further this time, but it's Hazed instead who stays alive. He's able to find 2, looking for the 3rd, and he's done it. 4th as well.
I'd say just try and do that.
JDM's position's given up. He still hits the shot. Alige going down means that he's still got another chance to hit another, and he does. It's a Drendigo. Bomb's being planted on default. He'll spray into it, though, and CLG does get hazed, but Finesse was in the corner waiting. It's down to just Fugly. And it's a Fugly situation to be in.
11 difficult situation now as a Dren is onto back. Hayes takes down Hiko and make it a double. They're trying to get onto the side, force some sort of issue. Only managed to find 1 frag there, so 3 rifles.
Ooh! A Dren, he hit Hayes, but not without doing massive damage to his teammate because he shot.
Yeah, probably going to have to go into the They get that opening kill onto, or that opening trade onto a Dren there, and then he's taken.
Take down Hiko, finally an entry. These Tech 9s, they won't stop Alige.
the first shot, but the Pokeball wins.